Hi guys, this is Joel with Guitars United, and I'm proud to be here with Andy Powers again. He's always so friendly. Him and Bob are always so cool when we come up here. They always take the time. I mean, it doesn't take long, but still, these guys are busy and they have a lot of cool things going on the show here. And this is the Summer Namm in Music City Center. What a beautiful facility it is now. Gosh, we go to Anaheim. It's kind of antiquated now, but man, this place here is rock and roll here. I mean, it really is.
We're having a good time.
It's comfortable, and you guys are up and above. You guys can see in the back. There's the whole Namm show back there, and it's just wonderful. Anyways, this is our first interview of the day, and Andy, thanks for your time, sir.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah. What do you got going on here today, pal?
This is one of the new guitars that we're introducing here at Summer Namm, which is a totally redesigned 700 series. We call it the 700 series, but it's a number of different designs. There's two distinct versions of a dreadnought guitar, grand concert guitars, all the way up to our grand symphonies, and it's a whole package of guitars that we're real proud to be offering here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What else going on? Any new wood selections?
Yeah,
or anything?
with the guitar itself, when I say total redesign, that means every material component, like everything about it.
Really?
So in this case, it's still an East Indian rosewood guitar. It's got East Indian rosewood on the back and sides. The top of it, we're using Lut Spruce. Okay? Totally different internal.
Is that British Columbia?
Yeah,
is that where that's come from?
Yeah, it's coming from up in British Columbia.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a naturally occurring hybrid spruce between white and Sitka spruce.
I've heard about that. That's so cool.
Incredible
It's
material.
like one little forest that does that, where they've kind of come together.
Actually, it's rather prolific.
Really?
Yeah, this is a naturally occurring hybrid. So this has been going on for hundreds of years. What's interesting is that the wood's outlook in the future is one of the most promising, because it's naturally adaptive to different temperatures, different amounts of rainfall, different growing regions. It will vary the exact composition of its hybridization based on whatever environment that it's in. So this is a wood that naturally wants to grow wherever it falls. That means that, as we look forward to maybe 30 years from now, there's a climate change, or there's a 2-degree average temperature increase in a forest. That might do other trees in, but this stuff will still thrive. It just so happens that it's an incredible tone wood. It's one of my favorite top woods. It has a lot of the same characteristics that you'd see in a real old Adirondack spruce tree. The same luminosity, the same color, more importantly, the same stiffnesses and weights. That makes an incredible flat top guitar at top.
Are the Canadians making a sustainable forest? We've talked about this in years past.
Yeah, it's being harvested in a very responsible way.
Like the maples we were talking about.
Yeah. We've been working with Pacific Rim Tonewoods and a number of different foresters and researchers who started bringing up that this spruce was a viable option. I mean, really, the guitar world uses a fraction of a percent of the spruce that's cut. In fact, a lot of spruce researchers don't even realize that guitars get used or get made with spruce tops.
Where is the rest of the spruce going?
A lot of times paper or construction material. Yeah.
Much better than guitar.
Yeah, I think so.
Go get pine for paper, guys. Come on. Jeez. Well, what else is going on? Anything else?
Okay, so all the details. I mean, we're using some iconic Western Douglas fir trees to make this edge trim. It's a real kind of a modern half herringbone in a way.
That's
We're actually
looking
at annual rings of the tree's growth cycle.
Is that what that is?
Yep, that's what that is. New
That's
inlays,
so cool.
even new pickguard material. Mostly what's important here is that the guitar looks the way it sounds, and it sounds the way it feels. It's a whole, like a real comprehensive type instrument that has
looks the way it sounds. It sounds the way it feels. I'm trying to absorb that.
You want the whole thing to kind of affirm itself. So you want the feel to encourage the sounds that you're getting from the guitar. You don't want any element of this thing to fight itself. Okay? So this guitar has this real, almost rugged, organic kind of personality, and we've kind of stepped into the guitar's own tradition to take some of that kind of old school mentality and combine that in the aesthetics of this guitar.
Yeah, it's beautiful. All wood.
Yeah. Koa for the binding that's coming from our plantation, our sustainable Koa efforts
in Hawaii. Yeah, awesome.
So all the details. I mean, new fingerboard inlay, ebony from our ebony sawmill in Cameroon. Every detail about this has been really carefully thought out to
Yeah.
give players a really strong, well-functioning, bold and dynamic guitar.
You guys sure do have the ebony market covered, man. So good call on that.
We try to
Honestly.
get in for more.
Yeah.
We try to get in for more. So even now, we're launching on replanting projects. You know, by the end of his career, Bob expects to have 1 million new ebony trees in the ground.
So like 10 for every one that's cut or something like that.
It's a lot of trees.
And one out of every 10 you guys can actually
Yeah.
use or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's well, what used to happen is people would go into a jungle, cut 10 trees down, and keep one that was black.
Right.
When we cut a tree down, we use it, no matter what color it was.
The stripe is beautiful still. It's still ebony.
I think it is. It works well. It looks good. It sounds good. But there's no way that we're going to waste 90% of the material that's cut.
Doesn't make sense.
That's just
Was there
not
a density
okay.
difference or anything?
No.
Or- no? It's just color.
Not in a significant way.
Huh.
Yeah, that may have been okay 100 years ago or 200 years ago, but that's certainly not okay now.
Are they doing frequency testing on fingerboards, or are they just doing it on
Not
the
so
whole
much
guitar?
on fingerboards,
No?
because it ends up as such a minor part. It makes better sense to put those efforts into something where it really matters. Like on soundboards, yeah, we do.
Soundboards.
You know, but by the time you have a fingerboard and you're cutting fret slots in it, nearly cutting it through, it makes a little difference, but it's a pretty minor difference.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of splitting hairs at that point.
Okay.
How much coffee?
Well, I kind of know
how
that's
much
what you guys like to
coffee-
do.
Yeah, we
You
go
guys do
all
a
the
lot.
way
You
in.
guys spend a lot of time on
But-
details.
We do. But a lot of things like the pick that you use, the strings you put on the guitar, how much coffee you drank that morning.
Yeah, you
all
can't
those
really-
things end up mattering more
That's true.
than, say, the exact internal velocity of one particular fingerboard.
It's a good way of putting it. Yeah, I mean, obviously you would have the aspect of that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of. Are you guys using Torrefaction much?
Say that one
Are you
more
guys
time.
using Torrefaction as
Yeah,
much
a little
anymore?
bit on the 600 series guitars.
You are?
We're doing what would be called an open cycle torrefaction. So it kind of gives the guitar a little head start in a way. You know, in the world of
Makes sense.
let's say rare to well done, this is kind of on the medium rare side.
So a little bit more popular then.
You know,
Medium rare is popular in my world.
yeah, I guess.
I love medium rare.
But with the 600 guitars, it fits that guitar's personality and the guitar's character. But I'm not a fan of like over roasting everything, because that's not necessarily a great thing to do for a piece of spruce. You want the whole guitar to still continue to ripen and age in a natural way. Because torrefaction isn't exactly the same thing as the guitar aging naturally.
Sure.
They kind of mimic each other. It's sort of an impersonation of aging, but it's not exactly the same thing. So
Just the best we have today.
Yeah. Well, in that regard, it's another tool. It's another preparation tool that the builder can draw from where it's appropriate.
Are you guys using Pleks technology at all?
At times in our service shop, you know, we have a Pleks machine and we use it in a way more as a measuring tool for doing analysis and learning things about our own instruments. You know, it's a really fascinating piece of machinery.
Oh, it's amazing.
But the long story, or I guess long story made short, is that the way that we put a neck together means that they come out straight and true and accurate every single time.
We don't have many problems. We're an authorized repair utility repair center, like I told you, but it's never a neck problem. If it's a neck angle problem, it's rare, but it's usually something to do with something else.
Yeah.
But it's never a neck straightness
because,
problem.
as you well know, being a service shop, with our necks, the way the guitar goes together,
So
we don't even talk about it as a neck reset, because it really isn't a neck reset anymore. It's a neck angle adjustment.
Yeah.
It's about 10 minutes of work, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's almost as easy as doing a Strat, guys. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. God. Anyways, what do you see in the future here, Andy?
In the future, lunch.
Thanks, pal. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks.